Hello there, Aries. Welcome to your June 2023 General Tarot Update. It's Raina here. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, the outcome is better than the top row because I was like, what in the heck? But because of that lunar eclipse in Scorpio, which fell in the 8th house, it may have triggered some shadowy stuff. And that could include other people and other money because the 8th house is the house of inheritances and divorce agreement, payments and all of that. And maybe even like debts, loans, those kinds of things. And it can be something that is very problematic sometimes, where a person feels like it's all consuming. And with the lunar eclipse in that house, it might have brought something, might have stirred up what was underneath the surface, and that might have led to some sort of problem. And that's fine because that doesn't mean that it's the end of the world by a long shot. All it can mean is that you have something that you have to deal with. And so what else is new? That's life, That's life in the big city, that we deal with things sometimes that we don't want to deal with. So at least maybe there was a secret that came out. The heart of the matter is the Five of Swords, and this could be that you see that people that you trusted around you were not as they seemed. This could be in the workplace too. The only reason I was bringing up the 8th house is because that's where a major transit occurred in May. I'm actually recording this in May at the very end of the month. So earlier in the month when we had that lunar eclipse, that could have brought out a secret that for Aries, you may have put a lot of faith in somebody or some people, maybe even family members. Maybe it was an inheritance and they let you down big time. And it could even be like any kind of thing, like if somebody was cheating on you. The Eight of Swords is the past position. And in this deck, the Light Seers Tarot deck, they depict negative thoughts with blackbirds. I notice in some of the cards. I don't think all of the Swords cards, but Swords are all the air signs. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So it could be somebody from those signs. But the air signs represent thought. And so with the blackbirds, it's kind of that negative kind of thinking that leads somebody to be very in this negative pattern and not be able to see the truth of the situation. This is conditioning that may go way, way back in your life, Aries. And when these things happen, it's not even really about you. It's really about the people that are projecting things onto the child. I hear people talking about working on themselves. Well, in actuality, I don't think that we really work on ourselves as much as we witness ourselves, as much as we become intentional in our actions and become more and are more self-aware. Then we can switch it up. We don't have to just be like on automatic and just doing things that are self-destructive over and over again and not realizing that we have any other choice in the matter. The higher message is the Five of Pentacles. This is about lack consciousness. Usually Aries people are not like that. You're not the type to be afraid about, oh my God, I don't have enough money. You tend to actually be very free spending and generous. And I think Aries people tend to do well financially because of some of those attitudes that they have. But this is more to me on the emotional level, where a person, and of course, not all Aries are the same. Some Aries are more insecure than others. Typically we would say Aries is a confidence sign, although that is a generalization, because the Aries people, the more they're controlling, the more insecure I believe that they are. It's really about learning how to control oneself, self-control, practicing self-control. Aries can be a hothead, and or be somebody that is overly reactive in terms of like doing things when they need to just sit in there in whatever is going on and just be still. Sometimes Aries is hyperactive and quick to react. So I'm talking about more of on the emotional level, being a fire sign, that kind of reactivity, but learning how there's nothing that you don't have to save face. If someone is trying to keep you down, you don't have to escalate. I always thought that Scorpio was the one who sought vengeance, that was vindictive, but I'm beginning to think, and this is because of knowing that Aries, a person who's an Aries, there's like with Aries, there's that strong sense of like, it's not just being mean for no reason, but if somebody has done something wrong, that idea of them getting their just desserts, that could be that warrior energy. And Scorpio is actually co-ruled by Mars, so I have a feeling that Aries people tend to be like that. And you don't have to worry about that, because that is something that everyone will, they have to deal with the consequences of their own actions. But so do we, when we do things. So if we get involved in that and we're like wanting to play God or what have you, that's not going to free us from the negative involvement. So staying above the fray is really a good thing. Now, it was interesting. I was talking about this idea of like being overly active and things like that. And we have here the Knight of Swords in the challenge position. You see the person running. Yeah, I think this is a very restless energy. And this is what Aries people in general, some of you have maybe multiple inner planets in Taurus, and you're a lot more able to chill, and you like to ride the sofa. Some of you might be more like that. But in any case, resisting the urge to run away from your problems, to be like out of control. There's like an out of control aspect to Knight of Swords sometimes. And to really kind of center yourself, to do the exact opposite, is so crucial. Because when someone does something against us, it's human to be hurt by it or even royally pissed off, but we can take the high road, and then we can actually lessen the more they talk about tying knots of karma. And really, karma means action. So the more action you put into something, it's really energy. And when you're looking to disengage from that, when you want less of something, then you put less energy into it. It only makes common sense. What's coming in is the Six of Pentacles. Now, this is one of the inheritance cards, and you can see like it's kind of like this cycle. Give and take. So maybe there was some kind of unfair situation that was going on. And with the Eight of Swords, it may have triggered some thought within you, oh, I was always the black sheep of the family, and going into the sob story. And yet yeah, maybe the Five of Pentacles is that fear of being left out of that. But when you trace it back, it's usually going to be something deeper, like feeling unloved, feeling like, like in an inheritance situation. Oh, I'm getting less, so I'm not loved as much, when it could be something completely different. But it's showing up in the upright position, so that's good. And then the outcome is the Queen of Cups. And this is a spiritual card, it's a psychic card. And I feel as if this frees you to kind of focus on that side of life, because you do have a couple of planets in the 12th house. This could be a mother energy, though, too. So if that's, or maybe even a grandmother, some maternal energy. Maybe this woman was quite psychic, and so she was thinking of you, trying to provide for you and guiding you. Or maybe it's just like guiding the situation so it was a favorable outcome. But certainly this could be an aspect of yourself where now you can relax. And this is an artistic card. So if that's something that you've been meaning to do, but you've had to kind of just pay the bills, maybe now you have some cushion so that you can do your creative work. All right, Aries, that's what I have for you. I hope that this resonated. If you would like a private reading, the link is below. Take care. Bye.